So Newcastle have submitted an inquiry for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a player that Eddie Howe has held an interest in for quite some time, and now trying to see what type of price Everton would be prepared to let the 11 times England striker go for. So an interesting move from Newcastle, but certainly it comes at the same time that there's a lot of talk of Callum Wilson leaving Newcastle. There's suggestion that West Ham are now interested, a story you can see on Chronicle Live right now. Obviously Saudi Pro League clubs as well have expressed an interest in him too. So yeah, look, I can't see Newcastle having 3 senior strikers on board next season, so the Calvert-Lewin approach certainly suggests that, you know, Wilson's time could be up at Newcastle. Certainly something he doesn't want. I think he wanted to stay and fight for his future, but with 1 year left of his current deal, doesn't look like that is going to get extended. So he has no real option if he wants to, you know, get a longer term deal elsewhere to move on. And Newcastle, because of the PSR FFP situation, they've got to take every bid seriously, and you know, a bid of north of 15 million for Callum Wilson would, you know, have to be considered. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But at this stage, the Calvert-Lewin situation is basically interest from Newcastle, an inquiry. Everton so far haven't accepted any terms. There's no personal terms agreed. There's a long way to go on that, and I'm pretty sure that Calvert-Lewin will be one of many players on the list for Newcastle this summer. They will have plan A, B and C, so I think in every position, but certainly they're looking for someone to come in and almost play the role of backup to Alexander Isak. We know it's a long, hard season. Last season he had some issues with injury and, you know, missed a few games. So Newcastle will be desperate to make sure that they've got that cover. Calvert-Lewin himself has an injury history. There's no escaping it. He's 27 years old. Played last season. I think he was involved in 26 games from the start for Everton, so not a regular. He's had toe injuries, hamstring and knee problems throughout his career, so, you know, that would be a slight cause for concern. But then, you know, if you are getting that player for a knockdown rate, if you want to call it that, then, you know, they're going to potentially have those sort of factors going on around them. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that one does go through. The other big transfer story today, again, you can read it on Chronicle Live, the list of clubs that are interested in Yankuba Minteh. He has not kicked a ball for Newcastle despite moving for, I think it was about 7 million last summer from Odense in Denmark. And, you know, he had a great season last year in Feyenoord, got into double figures with them. Everyone expected him to be coming back to Newcastle this summer in pre-season, taking his place. And, you know, Newcastle fans hoping to get a look at him and see what he can do, because certainly had some exciting moments in the Dutch league last year. Lots of assists and goals, and an exciting player. But, you know, again, in the world of FFP and PSR, every player's got a price. And if someone's, you know, prepared to put £40 million on the table for a player, you know, of his quality, then there's a chance he's going to go. And while that is disappointing, and some people have sort of questioned that, it's one where really I think Newcastle, they've got to make some tough decisions, and those tough decisions are going to unfold in the next few days. So we could be saying farewell to some popular figures, and really for Eddie Howe, he knows that he's got to kind of roll with these decisions, because at the end of the day, Newcastle have got to bring players in, and we've seen evidence of the tight budget already. The fact Matt Ritchie and Paul Dummett got released, a decision Eddie Howe probably didn't want to make, because he did see them as good squad men, but ultimately, you know, they had to say no to offering them a new deal. So that's where Newcastle are at the moment. Inquiry for Calvert-Lewin, talks ongoing for Minteh's exit, and the next few days it is starting to warm up a little bit, not just outside, but in the transfer window as well.